Hello, lovelies. This is Christina, and welcome to my channel, My Intuitive Sense plus My 2 cents. Well, as I'm sure by those who are tuning in or were drawn or triggered, possibly, by my thumbnail, my continuous playing thumbnail, you're probably wondering, what is she talking about? Why is she saying that? What do you mean? Well, first of all, I'm going to say that most of this is my 2 cents, my perspective, but some of it I'm going to say that it's my understanding in certain things, and some of them can be checked if people really did went down the rabbit hole and did a deep dive. And you would probably find that some of what I'm going to share is accurate, and some of it is like hasn't unfolded yet because there's a lot of variables. It's based on also the consciousness. It's based on those in control, etc. So excuse the background noise. I live in a little noisy neighborhood sometimes. So the reason that I wrote, and to be honest with you, the first thing I'm going to say is that it was intuitive to do this. I had not planned this at all, but I had heard very clearly, no one wins. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, from one perspective, I totally understand that because the election, whether it's the US or pretty much anywhere else in the world, no one actually wins. There's only a selection in the election. It's just the way it's been for a long time. Again, if you do the deep dive and you look for the facts, you look for the truth, you will find it. So, I mean, it is sad in one way, but it's just what's been on this planet for quite a while. So, all those going to the polls and all of those choosing to, their favorite candidate and those that they believe in, it really doesn't have much validity. It does play a part, I think, in one way, because those who choose, they want to be in the seat, in the presidential or the prime minister, seat. They do look at what their humans, they think they're humans. We are not. But they tune in or follow, watch who's voting for who. Now, if it goes the opposite way that they have already selected, well, then there's a lot more shenanigans going on there. So, but it comes into play in some way, not the way that most people know. There's a lot of people who already know this, so I'm not divulging anything new here. I'm not predicting very much in a sense. I'm just sharing some information, and some of it's intuitive, and then some of it is just kind of not been, I'm going to say, it hasn't been put into play yet, hasn't been decided, that might be the word. So right now, the way that I see it, first of all, okay, no one wins. No one wins means first, no one is elected. They are selected. So who knows going to show up today? And today is the election, November 5th, 2024 in the United States. I am not American, by the way, and I don't follow politics very little unless I see that there's some kind of, something playing out that, gives me a message to tune into. And this, on occasion, I may get visions or have some dreams or something related to this, and I always have to look deeper. For myself, I'm not out there politically, I'm not out there sharing much of anything. It's very interesting because it's usually kind of quiet at this time of day, but now it just seems to be lots of activity. And that might be because there is quite a bit of chaos happening out in the United States, but I'm going to say in the world because so many people are, so many countries, heads of state are tuned into this to see, because then there's a lot of other things behind all of that, which I'm not going to get into because that's not my role. The only thing I really want to share is that the two main candidates, and they're not, they shouldn't even be the main candidates because there's lots of other candidates. Why are they only focused on it, right? You know, there's other people who have campaigned, and they just seem to be oblivious to it. You know, they have their own little camp that they're out there, and there's people who like them, but they do not. They're not in the limelight. They're not in the forefront of the media. That tells you right there it's controlled. I don't understand why people don't see that. You know, they spend their time and money and raise money and have people working for them, but I don't hear anything about it. And yes, it's true, I don't follow a lot, but it's still not popping up as the top trending topic about this other candidate or this other candidate or this other candidate. No, it's just the two, Trump and Kamala. So that's who we'll stick to right now. And if you notice by my thumbnail, I'm being a bit cheeky, but there's underlying messages there. And if you dig deeper, really dig deeper, you'll find it. So the picture of Kamala is based in a little bit of fact, in a sense, and my suspicion and maybe my intuitive nature is that she is under some type of control, maybe various types of control. It's recently understood, though it's probably been understood in that field, that her mother was head of, and I don't recall the institution in Canada, of the MK Ultra section. Okay, so you can do your own deep dive if you're not familiar what MK Ultra is. Research that, research her mother, research what it's all about, research where this program actually started, and research how maybe she was part of it and grew up in it. And what you're seeing, which, from another perspective, which is not funny, I just see so many different personalities of her. And that, to me, is someone who can or may have been mind controlled. So I'm just putting that out there, and you can put that out there. You can dig deeper yourself. If it's really up to you. It's really up to humanity to look further. As for Donald Trump, you're probably wondering why that picture is there with him with a ghost behind there. Well, it's not because it was Halloween a couple days ago, and it's not because it's Dia de los Muertos. It's because he could be a ghost. He could be a ghost. Not sure, but pretty sure that the one that you see out there, dressed like him, is not the original. So now whether the original is a ghost, meaning that he hasn't crossed over to the other side and he's in a spirit status, then he's in a ghost status. But he's not the one that you're seeing out there. So I'll let you explore that. And not really by the internet. You really have to go much deeper than that. And I am surprised, but then again, I'm not surprised that many have not tuned into this. There's a lot of them, a lot of people who have, and they'll say, well, okay, he's a clone. I am not seeing the clone. I am seeing someone else dressed like him, like Halloween. So that's why that picture's out there. Now, if you look at these two people and who they might really be, or the state of their mind and being, do you want them to be your president? I wouldn't. So, no one wins means no one was elected, they were selected. Who they're going to choose, I don't know, because right now my feeling is it's a teeter-totter. It's a game. They're trying to figure out who is going to be, I don't know, the better one to control, to do what it is that they do behind the scenes. Because these two are puppets either way. Whether they're the originals or not, they're still puppets. And they're deciding, and we'll see how it plays out. It would be amazing if somebody completely different who is been running and no one's paying attention to, or maybe only a few are paying attention to, wins. I don't know if it's there yet. I don't know. But anything could change in a moment. So we'll have to see what happens. We're a few hours away. Maybe when we see the entertainment finale tonight, maybe when I come on tomorrow into my new feature of my channel, Intuitive Live Chat with Christina, maybe we'll talk about it and we'll see. But I just felt to share this. It was a prompting. Take it for what it's worth. I am not going to say that it's for entertainment, but you can certainly take it as entertainment. It's just my perspective, some of my intuitiveness, and some things that I do have knowledge about. And I'll leave it at that. And may the best being win. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Many blessings.